Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We are back. More of Diddy. Why you look like you leaning towards that? Like, why you trying to get up and run away? Run away, love. Looking, Mary J, ain't it? Oh, did I already say the title?
No.
Oh, today's video, man, we back with 10 darkest secrets revealed at the Diddy trial so far. Darkest secrets. It's a dark secret. First off, 2 days ago.
Okay, 2 days ago. Because you don't want to say
yeah,
so
2 days ago.
What's been happening?
Dark. I guess they would say the kidnapping thing. I 100% didn't see it as kidnapping because. But I guess if someone believes they were being kidnapped, then that's what they. Me personally, if I was on the jury, I wouldn't think it was kidnapping because he didn't come up to you and hold the gun to you and held hostage and say, you know what I'm saying? So,
but secret, I don't know.
I don't take that away from her. Darkest secret. I guess
I don't know where they pulling it.
Rubbing on him.
Yeah, that's dark.
That's a dark secret. That's a dark secret.
That's a dark, nasty secret.
The rotation, how they were doing it, just the whole, the identity
honestly,
of the freak offs is dark secret.
All of it is a dark secret. Yeah. As far as that, like the whole freak offs itself.
Because everybody speculated when they heard freak off, they just speculated what exactly it was. Yeah. And I think people went too far over the ledge as far as thinking what the freak offs what the freak offs entail, yeah. It's not as dark as we all assume, but it's still dark. But it's not what we all thought. We thought it was a bunch of Diddy with some dude, like on some. Y'all know the gist of everything.
All the rumors.
Yeah, all the rumors for sure. But hey, with the being said, before you get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
It's down below.
You already know where to go. If you want the first part, you got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
Hey, man, let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready? Mm-hmm. Let's get it.
And she remembered a huge guy, 5 times her size, chain smoking, and hooking her up to a lie detector machine every day for 5 days straight, and threatening that if she failed the test, she'd be thrown into the East River.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at the most shocking and disturbing revelations from the ongoing federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs so far. Warning, certain information contains distressing details.
Well, Diane, I can tell you that jurors are seeing some very explicit text messages that are just too graphic to share on air here.
Mistreatment of employees.
She said that Combs screamed at her, once pushed her in a pool, even threw a computer towards her, narrowly missing her head.
Some of the more unsettling revelations from the trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs stem from his alleged toxic treatment of employees. Testimony from a former assistant, who spoke under the pseudonym Mia, described a grueling work environment where she was subjected to alleged emotional degradation, assault, and sleep deprivation, even purportedly having to beg to attend her grandmother's funeral.
She said that she really worked in fear and that sometimes she would go days on end, Kate, without sleeping, and that in one instance, when she was working for Combs in Las Vegas while he had nightclub appearances, that she went...
You know how they say he never gets sleep? I would expect him to have...
The fluids help replenish all the...
Even not, like the sagginess of the... Well, I need to go get me an IV treatment.
A lot of nutrients and... so...
But he doesn't look like somebody who's...
You probably feel like a brand new person after you get it.
You want to go do it one day?
I actually thought about going to the one...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might need it. I don't. For some odd reason, I haven't been getting.
And I'm
just. Yeah.
You don't even know what I'm about to say.
Yes, I do.
Say it.
Just say it.
And I didn't think about going to get it because I've been thinking about it, especially. But I've been taking my vitamins, so that's been helping.
But now, like lately, it was just because we work, and then you know what I'm saying. And me trying to get everything going and make sure everything comes out on time. I don't get a lot of sleep because it'd be long
Your
days.
eyes are a little sunken in.
They've been sunken in. If y'all can't tell, it's been sunken in for about the last.
You know, I have bags for the first time ever in my life. I said, "Oh no, baby."
For the past 6 to 8 months, I've been having bags underneath my eyes, and it just I don't know.
But anyway,
we do have days off where we don't record.
Yeah.
We do have days off, and I still be doing a lot. I have a lot on my plate.
That's besides. That's neither here nor there.
But I might need to go check this out though. Go give me some. I'll be in there sleep, girl. I'm gonna go check the prices. It depends on the prices though.
5 days with no sleep.
Capricorn Clark, another former employee, recounted a time when a diamond jewelry bag went missing, and Combs allegedly had her locked in an office and subjected to 5 days of polygraph tests.
Were you able to read it?
It said, "Remember your future."
So she can always look
and
at it.
And Combs allegedly had her locked in an office and subjected to 5 days of polygraph tests.
She testified that this man said if she flunked the test, they're going to throw you in the East River.
She also alleges Diddy physically assaulted her after a chef she confided in told him she hated her job.
In 2008, she said Sean Combs...
That's what I meant to ask you about last night, right?
Yeah, what's up?
So hold on. If y'all been following child, y'all catch my drift, right? I'm gonna ask everybody, you know what I'm saying? Those who truly care, those who tune in, right? Say for instance, you're an employee. Well, first off, let me go before I delve into that. They also brings up the fact that he was abusive to Chef Jordan, right? Mm-hmm. If he's 100% like abusive to Chef Jordan, why would Chef Jordan go tell on you for him to be abusive to you if she's also getting abused?
Yeah.
Doesn't make 100%. Just because you asked for some bacon and you said I hate it here, so she like.
Well, you asked for some turkey bacon.
Some turkey bacon. You said I don't have a turkey bacon.
She said we don't have turkey bacon.
And then Capricorn tells you I hate it here, and the obvious response would be, if I'm being abused, I hate it here too, but we got to do it.
Like, I understand. I hate it as well, but
I got to do. I'm not going to tell.
Me
if I'm just saying, if I'm being abused, I'm not going to tell so you can get abused as well. I don't want to inflict that pain on you that's being inflicted on me as well.
You would hope someone would want to do that.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem 100% genuine, like real. But also, here nor there, that's what I wanted to talk to you about last night. We will talk about it more.
Yeah.
Also, to ask y'all, because we talk about this, are y'all going back? Because I even talked to her about my mom. My mom really, she knows a little bit about the case. She's following like me and C. I'm following more than C.
Yeah.
Are you going back, constantly going back to an employer that continuously to abuse you during your life? You say you got a crush on them. You're attracted to them, but they're assaulting you physically, emotionally, and sexually. And firing you? Are you constantly gonna continue to go back to that job? Especially when you have a way out, but you want to go back. I'm just wondering. Because you have told me no. Mm-hmm. My mom has told me no. If I ask other people we've talked to about it in Discord, they have said no. Nobody has said, yeah, I'll go back. No one has said that. No one
in their right mind would tolerate something like that.
And you're not his girlfriend. Yeah. You're an employee of his. Mm-hmm. It's different scenario with Cassie. I'm not using Cassie. Yeah. I'm using Capricorn and quote unquote Mia. Mia, they watching folks. So Mia, hey girl.
But yeah, go ahead.
Both of y'all kept going, wanting to go back. Mia even went back after she sued him. Mm-hmm. How much she sued him for? Was it 10 million?
I can't remember 10. 10's been like the number.
Yeah, it's been a magic number. Everybody keep throwing out. It's 10 million. But she only settled for it was a settlement for 400,000. Mm-hmm. She walked away with 200. Her lawyers got 200. So they split 50-50. Even after that, you go back to him.
Yeah.
But he was assaulting you and doing all this other stuff.
Yeah, like I said, it didn't make sense on her part as well, but it also for me in that situation with Mia, it didn't make sense on Diddy part to even allow
Bring
her
her
to come
back.
back.
Yeah.
So
True
that whole
true
situation weird to me.
True that. And y'all was getting ready to film a television series.
Yeah.
And she kind of, I think she a little salty about that not going through.
Yeah, that whole situation a little
weird.
After a chef she confided in told him she hated her job.
In 2008, she said Sean Combs charged at her and kept shoving her with his hand. She demonstrated for the jury until pushing her all the way out of his house in Miami Beach when she said that she hates it here and forced her out of the house.
Meanwhile, other past employees described
2008?
the, quote, nightmare scenes they were made to clean up following various hotel freak-offs.
Often threw out empty baby oil bottles and once threw out a powdery crystal substance.
Extreme control over
Is that nasty though?
What?
Like clean up. I had to throw away baby oil bottles. I don't think that's like the grossest thing I would have had to clean up. Now the sheets, I would be like cleaning the sheets
I guess just
up.
knowing what's been, if you know, knowing what's been going on with everything, with the fabrics and the this and that.
But
and I don't know if the room smell. Like I don't like.
Now that's gross.
Yeah, like I don't
agree
know
with
about
you.
that.
The bodily fluids and all that, gross. I'm
Yeah.
not cleaning that up.
Especially if you visibly see things and you
Yeah.
see red things. And,
But baby oil
blood,
bottles
like,
and lube bottles, I don't think that's the grossest thing. Also, what's the difference between that, somebody cleaning that up, or cleaning up a,
clean up for what?
an industry scene? I'm just saying, a certain industry. Those type of scenes. People have to clean those up too.
Yeah, I think that's different because you sign up for that. Like you.
They signing up for that.
I
Know what they setting them rooms up for. Cause they the one who bringing the oil up.
No.
And
That's
so
not
how
what I'm saying. I'm saying initially, from the jump, I know this is a job I'm trying to go into.
And
I'm
soon-
not thinking I'm
hold
going
on.
into a job to be cleaning up.
But hold on.
aftermath of
Once you
having
do it one time,
relations.
but you done did it one time. One time is enough for me to be like,
I don't
ain't
want to
signed
do
up
it.
for
That's
this.
not what I'm saying. I get that. Y'all chose after that. Y'all chose to continue to do it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying initially, you don't sign up for that, but then you have a decision or a choice to be like, okay, this is what it.
And they decide to keep
and
working.
You decide to keep working. So I get that, but I just didn't like the comparison. It's different.
I'm saying the nastiness of it. I'm just saying
I get
the
that,
idea of it being nasty.
But you sign up for that. You know what you're getting yourself into with that. But you chose to stay there after you cleaned the first room. Because the first room, especially if I see this, I walk in this, oh, baby, no, I ain't signed up for that. I was signed up to be a little personal assistant. I ain't know I was going to be doing all of this.
So
this one on the description of the job description.
So they just like, say for instance, because you work for a corporation that was doing some illegal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Say for instance, when you was working there before, I'm saying if you were working there before they got into the legal stuff. Yeah. And they asked you to do something illegal.
I'm not doing it.
Exactly. And you know what you would have did?
I'm leaving. Baby, honey, I'll walk away in a second. I'm leaving.
Because all them suckers who was involved got in trouble.
Got it? Yeah. So, imagine getting pulled in a room and you got all these people here and they investigate.
You did.
And I'm like,
you
I
did.
did. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Like, I did. I'm just like, girl, I don't know nothing.
Like I ain't been here that long.
Like, I mean, at that time I was there long enough.
Yeah, you was there long enough.
2 years. But by this time, I don't know what they doing behind the scenes.
You weren't there for 2 years when they had the.
At that time, I was.
You didn't even work there for 2 years.
I worked there for 3.
No, you did.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I promise I did.
You didn't work there for 3 years. You worked there for 2.
I promise I did. I just left.
You had worked there for a year by the time they did the investigation.
No,
yes,
I was there for 2 years, baby.
Yes, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, because after that happened, I was only there for a year, and then
I left. No, you was there for like a year and a half.
What year did I start?
I started in 2017. And you started there too.
Okay, and
then you went to the other spot. You stayed there for about a year.
What other spot?
Okay. You forget about that one.
No, I don't. I think
you stayed there for about a year.
Okay.
A little over a year.
Yeah.
And that's 2018.
And I left.
Hold on.
Okay.
You left there. I really need
I didn't leave there during.
Hold on.
No,
when did I leave? What you call?
This neither here
nor
there.
No, because I'm finna calculate something.
Okay.
2019 is when I left.
Mm-hmm.
When I left, A.
Okay.
You was at the dentist's office.
And I didn't stay at the dentist's office, but
I'm saying, but when I left the A, you was at the dentist's office. You had, and when I went to the E, hold on, follow me.
I'm following you.
When I went to the E, you had just started at the other one.
Stop tapping me.
You had just started, and that was the summer of 2019.
Okay.
You left your job, and what, 21, 22? So that's not even, you wasn't there a full 3 years.
Okay.
All right, but back to it. Sorry, y'all. It's
Cassie.
She felt like her livelihood, her career, her life really depended on Sean Combs and keeping him happy.
During Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial, multiple testimonies painted a disturbing picture of his alleged control over ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. According to Cassie's own sworn statements, Combs exerted near-total dominance over her daily life, dictating her appearance, routines, and even who she could speak to.
The abuse started very early.
You know what's so crazy? If he wasn't such a weird control and looked at the bigger picture, Cassie did. They were talking about Cassie influence. I was like, Cassie low key did have a little influence at that time, especially this era when she shaved her head.
Yeah.
You remember girls started shaving their head. And everybody went with that style. Basically because they saw Cassie wasn't the first because they got the idea from somebody else. But Cassie made it popular.
Yeah.
And I think if he had just used Cassie likeness and image, but also he has such an ego.
Yeah.
Nobody can be bigger and better than him. He has too big of an ego.
Yeah.
And so I think he's such a cocky, arrogant ass motherfucker that my bad. That he can't see past his own self.
Right.
No, stop that, please.
Dictating her appearance, routines, and even who she could speak to.
The abuse started very early on. He had her career in his hands.
She alleges he forced her to carry out non-consensual acts while also claiming she was plied with illegal substances and filmed without her consent.
She was passed around and objectified by men, and with other men she didn't want to be having sex with on Sean Combs' whim.
It's the term pass around, see?
Other men she didn't want to be having sex with on Sean Combs' whim.
Former employees also corroborated aspects of her story, including a former bodyguard who stated that Combs would often confiscate Cassie's phone. Cassie's former stylist, Deontay Nash, says Diddy used threats to control her, including jeopardizing her music career and blackmailing her with explicit recordings.
He heard Combs tell Cassie that he wouldn't put her music out, that he would get her parents fired from their jobs, that he would put out sex tapes.
Ongoing Suge Knight rivalry. The trial also shed light on Diddy's long-standing rivalry with Suge Knight, the head of rival label Death Row Records. Capricorn Clark alleges that on her first day working for Diddy, the music mogul threatened her about her past connections to Death Row Records, saying that if he found out she had ties to Knight, he'd, quote, have to kill her.
He didn't know that I had anything to do with Suge Knight, and if anything happened, he would have to kill me.
David James, a former assistant to Diddy, described another incident involving Suge Knight.
Everybody looks so old. I'm like, how old were y'all when y'all being assistants? You know? How old would you give him then?
I don't know. A lot of this stuff happened in 08, 07, 09, 2011, 2012.
But I'm
so
thinking
think about it like
assistant,
that.
what I'm saying is I'm thinking an assistant job, especially in the industry.
It
That's
could
like
be any
that's
age.
no, I'm just saying like most people take those positions when you're at the lower level. So it's like fresh out of college, so you in your 20s, you know what I'm saying? Everybody look like they're in their 50s now. That's Diddy. I'm like, man, I ain't taking no shit from no damn motherfucker the same age as me.
If he paying, people will take it.
Hey, let them say he won't paying a lot.
Yeah, because you think you supposed to be getting more for what you're doing, but that don't mean at that time back then what y'all was getting paid was a lot of money.
Because I think every time they mention it, people go to the mindset of
now. It's not back then. The amount of money I was making was a lot of money.
Because that's what I was telling my mom. She was like, that was a lot of money then. I was like, yeah, like people fail to realize that's a lot of money. I would love to have been making money like that back then, wouldn't you?
I think anybody would.
After picking up food from a diner and spotting Suge, James said Combs demanded that he be driven to the diner to confront him. Diddy allegedly sat in the back with, quote, 3 handguns in his lap. However, James testified that when they arrived, Knight had left.
To discover that rivalry was still very much alive, and so much alive that you needed allegedly 3 weapons to go to deal with it, I think was a bit of a shock for people.
Substance use.
She's being asked specifically about the drug use in the relationship that she had for all those years with Sean Combs.
Testimonies during the trial have highlighted Diddy's alleged substance use issues, with many saying they witnessed the rapper receive and take illegal substances. The so-called freak-offs, orchestrated sex performances, were also said to be characterized by the use of illicit substances. Cassie, who has been open about her own dependence on opioids, claims Combs did copious amounts of narcotics, independently as well as together.
She said drug dependence influenced some of the rapper's mood swings, and also spoke again about her own drug addiction.
She recounted an instance where Diddy allegedly overdosed on painkillers in February 2012. Cassie stated that he had taken a, quote, very strong opiate following a party he threw at the Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles. When she took him to the hospital, she says she learned that he had overdosed and nearly died. Possession of firearms. Damning testimony at Diddy's trial also paints a troubling picture of his relationship with firearms.
Special Agent Gerard Gannon showed the jury items.
So that's what I was listening to something else, and they pointed out the fact that the legal guns, right? The legal weapons. And they were like, they feel as though with Diddy, if he beats this case, they're gonna attack him for the weapons. You believe so? For the illegal firearms.
Oh, the ones with like the serial number stretched off and stuff.
Because that's not part of the RICO.
Should have put it in there.
No. They talking about the feds. The feds playing
possibly,
dirty, right?
Possibly.
So if they lose this case, now they have a pending case. Yeah, they have the pending case with the weapons, because the weapons were found in his bedroom, right?
Supposedly.
Of his relationship with firearms.
Special Agent Gerard Gannon showed the jury items he testified were seized from Combs' Miami Beach home, including lubricant, lingerie, and loaded assault rifles.
Special Agent Gerard Gannon of Homeland Security Investigations testified about leading the high-profile March 2024 raid on Combs' Miami Beach home. Gannon explained that they recovered various firearms, some loaded, some not, as well as cases of ammunition. The federal agent showed the jury photos of the weapons, noting that their serial numbers had been scratched off.
We found the guns, we found those with labels scratched off, serial numbers scratched off, so that speaks to the illegality of the guns.
Ex-employees also testified to seeing firearms at Combs' residences and noted that the music mogul was allegedly often armed with a handgun.
And it was a .45 caliber handgun that he said.
I see the play they playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The government is dirty, bro. But that's why you got to keep your hands clean at all time. But they play a dirty game, right? Now we got all these people attesting that you do keep firearms. You most definitely always have a firearm on you at some point. So it's not necessary for this case, but they can utilize those same statements in another case. You know what I'm saying? Because what's being stated in this case, you always use this because that's testimony. So he can't say, "Oh, I don't carry guns on me." Too many people have attested that you carry guns on you, but that still doesn't validate that the guns that y'all found are his, because he wasn't at the home. But then it was located in his room. But then, so now it's who all have access to your bedroom.
And that's my thing, being able to prove exactly.
Without a shadow of doubt.
Who these guns were. Like, I get they was found in his room, but when you have people in and out, you have security, you have people staying with you, you have people coming and partying. Like, I don't know. You just have so many people probably in and out. I don't know how they'll be able. I'm pretty sure they'll figure it out or find a way, because they always do.
Always do.
In a case like this, and I guess because it's literally found in your room next to things with your name on it, or in thing, or I don't know. One of them was, I know they found, I don't know what was in like the case that had his name on it. That one, it was like I don't think it was I don't know if it was a gun case or some type of case, but it had his name.
I said they found too much.
Yeah, but like so many things. So I mean, I guess so they'll be able to. But then you have some people like, is it illegal to? I guess the serial numbers being stretched off the guns is illegal. That is for sure.
True.
Yeah.
So now we know whose shoes those were in those photos.
You said what?
The stripper high heels. Said now we know, because I'm to me back, and I was like, because I do remember the cases and stuff. You remember the high heel shoes they found in this room?
Yeah.
Now we know whose shoes those were.
Oh.
Possibly hers. Possibly.
Or probably just from all before. Just keep them. They like souvenirs at this point.
You think
I don't know. I don't know. Everything's so weird. The whole situation weird.
Put his little feet in there.
Man.
What size are they?
Right, what size? I'm for real. You just never know.
Caitlyn Jenner.
I ain't on that, but
it could be.
But when because it said when Prince used to leave, he used to dress up in her clothes. I was like, no, come on. But yeah, at least went out about your own. But yeah,
got your balls all in her skirts. She don't want that.
Was found in the guest house of Diddy's Miami Beach property that you see right there in a suitcase.
Capricorn Clark even asserts that when Diddy...
It was found in a guest house?
.5 caliber handgun that he says was found in the guest house.
So one of the guns was found in the guest house.
Oh, some other people said.
Keep in mind, some of the security have said that they used to stay in the guest house.
Yeah.
Who else is staying with him at the time? Well, I guess the other guns for sure, I guess, was found in his room. But then you got some that's found in the guest house. So it's like, who did that gun belong to?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Of Diddy's Miami Beach property that you see right there in a suitcase.
Capricorn Clark even asserts that when Diddy discovered Cassie was dating Kid Cudi, he came to her home and kidnapped her at gunpoint.
And she says that Combs showed up to her apartment early in the morning with a gun and kidnapped her.
Explosive Kid Cudi encounter.
So let me ask you this, because they mentioned that, right? So say, for instance, I get into it with somebody. I got a gun on me. I come to the house and be like, see, come on with me. We about to go shoot up something. I'm about to go...
Boy, I ain't going with
like,
you.
Come on. I'm like, come on, see, come on.
And no,
I'm saying you be like, alright.
No,
listen, just the scenario, man. I ain't talking about for real, bro.
No,
I'm saying the scenario, the situation.
And you be like,
hold on. I come to the house. I got the gun on me, right? And I say, see, come on. I got some business. I go, hell, you be like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm about to go do something. I need you to come on with me. I ain't going. Come on, see. All right. Is that considered kidnapping?
No, because I still made a conscious decision to still go.
I got the gun out.
Yeah.
In my hand. I'm not brandishing that at you.
Yeah.
I just got the gun out in my hand. And
honestly, like in a situation like that, I know that like you're not a threat in a situation to me, right? Because I'm not the one, like so it has nothing to do
it's not
with
targeted
me.
at
It's not targeted towards me, but everyone is different, so I don't know if it's like, and that's the thing with these situations. I can't speak for how you feel or how you say you feel or whatever. I can't speak for that.
But also, how did you feel at the time?
But I would
the way you feel at the time.
But this is
can
what
be
I'm about
different than the way the picture you're trying to paint of the picture now.
But also in a situation like that, if I felt like that in a situation, even if I did decide to still go with you, I'm going to later on, once all this is over, I'm going to get out. I'm going to go. I can't just.
But my viewership at it and listening to the trial, he never brandished the gun towards her. Mm-hmm. He never waved the gun around, told her, if you want to get in the car, I'm gonna do something to you. He didn't tie her hands or bound or anything.
Yeah.
So from my instance, it wasn't a kidnapping. It was a recruitment to come on. You coming with us? We've got to go handle some business. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of people. Well, if that's the case, a lot of people have been in a situation where things have happened, and they can start screaming out kidnapping. If y'all gonna allow one thing, you have to allow it all. Mm-hmm. There's been plenty of people say, "Hey, they came and they forced me, and I was forced to go with them." But then, say for instance, a murder happened, and they like, I didn't ask to be a part of it. They came and they don't justify it as kidnapping. Mm. You know what I'm saying? They be like,
yeah.
You being grown, you had a decision you could have made. Mm. You could have made I've seen it. We've seen it. So I don't know.
Prosecutors say Combs was so upset about that relationship, he had Cudi's convertible blown up by a fireball.
Convertible? Oh, yeah, it was convertible. And stop, we need to stop saying blown up. It wasn't blown up. Because every time y'all say that term, it makes you think, boom. I'm thinking wait until exhale. When she put that gasoline, was it gasoline or was it kerosene?
I don't know.
But when she put that man clothes in the car and poured stuff out and set the car on fire, and Angela Bassett walking out, I'm thinking it's that. It was none such of a thing. But it's still his property, and his property was damaged.
Bomb.
When Kid Cudi, born Scott Mescudi, testified about his brief relationship with Cassie in December 2011, he said he was warned that Diddy was enraged over their involvement. Allegedly, Diddy and his associates entered Cudi's residence when he was not there. When Cudi returned home, he noticed his security cameras had been moved, gifts were unwrapped, and his dog was locked in a bathroom.
Babysitter for his dog called him and said, "Your car's on fire." And when he arrived, the police were there taking photos, taking evidence.
She ain't see nobody outside. Cause this all didn't happen at the same night. One situation happened one night, and then the car. But this time he was out. The dog sitter was at the house at the time. She ain't see nobody outside, and I'm sure you got your cameras and everything put back up, right?
I would hope so.
You got money. You was rich at the time. That's right after day and night. The lonely. It was right after that. So he already in the house. It ain't worth what it's worth. Cause you ain't protecting nobody. That look, you know what I'm saying? Cause we looked at the house. Kid Cudi, you should have found you a better house than that, man. For that amount of money, you should stay in Ohio. What? I'm just saying.
That's the houses. That's how the houses are.
The house ain't worth $2 million.
I can show you some that's smaller than the one he was staying in. That's still up there in that person.
I'm just saying it wasn't worth $2 million.
Okay, well he thought it was. He was paying for it.
I'm just saying it's a waste
but anyway,
of money,
yeah,
man.
don't nobody want to be in Ohio.
Oh, nobody want to be in Ohio.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying because that's where he was from.
Yeah,
My bad.
I know. I'm just saying it like for what he was doing. Like, don't nobody want to be in Ohio for that.
I was just joking though.
And when he arrived, the police were there taking photos, taking evidence at the time, but no one has been charged in connection to that incident, Morgan.
Cudi reported the incident to police. A month later, his Porsche was set on fire in his driveway in what he described as a, quote, Molotov cocktail attack. Cudi said he later confronted Diddy at a hotel, describing his demeanor as Marvel's supervillain-like, but he denied involvement in the car fire.
They all met at the Soho house, made amends. Cudi asked him about the car at the time, and Combs denied knowing anything about it. But Kid Cudi did say that years later, Combs apologized to him.
Above the law.
Flores testified he recognized the man in the lobby as Combs, so he's identified Sean Diddy Combs here, and that he found Combs to...
Looking at the photos, talking about he make him look like a koala bear. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he said he told the person that do the paintings, the drawings, said soften me up a little bit. You're making me look like a koala bear.
He told them that? Oh gosh.
Lobby as Combs, so he's identified Sean Diddy Combs here, and that he found Combs to have a devilish stare.
Several testimonies have portrayed Sean Diddy Combs as having an above-the-law mentality. Former assistant Mia said she was made to believe that Diddy's authority was, quote, above the police, further sharing, quote, it was a time period years and years before social media or Me Too or any other example where someone had stood up successfully to someone in power like him. This assertion is perhaps best punctuated by Combs's alleged actions following his attack on Cassie at the Intercontinental Hotel in 2016. Los Angeles police officer Israel Flores, who was working as a security guard at the hotel and called to assist Cassie following the attack, testified that Diddy allegedly attempted to silence him with a stack of money, claiming he handed it to him and said, quote, don't tell anyone.
Sean Combs tried to offer him money, to give him money to make this go away.
Forceful freak-offs.
Today, they didn't have to use their imagination, though. It got real in that courtroom today when the jurors, not the public, not the press, when the jurors saw still screenshots from these freak-offs.
Multiple witnesses have given disturbing testimony about Diddy's so-called freak-offs. which play a central role in the prosecution's case.
Saying here after the freak off, the room was pretty bad off. The candle wax, the all of.
I forgot about all the candle wax and stuff. You know how hard it is to get candle wax?
Candle wax is very difficult to get up, man.
Like if it's on like the sheets and stuff, you can just throw it out. But
I'd have messed up and accidentally knocked some candle like over and then land on the carpet. Boy, you talking about a struggle. You gotta scrape.
I've been there. I definitely know. Y'all got to get somebody else to do it. Because I ain't doing it.
You gotta use some candle wax is hard to get up, bro.
On top of everything else I gotta clean up. No.
He had a specific fragrance. He like, we gonna have to try that fragrance out just to see what it smells like. Hey, it was a Glade candle, wasn't it?
I guess.
I forgot which one it was. We knew
said
what it
something
was.
about some angel something.
We looked it up.
It was angel something.
And you say about 10, 11, 12 of them. I said, I want to see what that smells. I'm just trying to see what the fragrance Diddy likes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to see if it smells good. You know, rich people supposed to have a good taste. I ain't expecting them to have no Glade candles. I thought maybe Bath and Body Works. I thought it was a little upscale. I think you just went to the local store and bought some candles.
I mean, he went to the local store and bought some baby oil and Astroglide. So
yeah. I'm just thinking he would have had a little bit more bougier, you know what I'm saying, candles. You know, like some
Glade good.
I'm talking about bougie, like. Don't Creed got candles? Then I look up. Somebody we were looking up, and they was like,
there probably would have been.
Or was it Baccarat?
Been too much for the amount needed. Just need some, you know.
You right. Because they do it so often. You right, and it lasts for days. Yeah, you right. And then you need that to cover the funk in the air from all the Astroglide and the baby oil and the
all the fluids, body odors,
must, stank, funk. Too much going on. Then she be on her monthly, you know what I'm saying? So that's really more, you know. So yeah, it's just too much. You need that. He probably need about 20 candles to keep it fresh.
Place. And then she described it as having a pungent smell.
Oh. I'm sorry. You know, certain words just really like paint the picture for me.
What's that word?
Pungent, moist. I hate hearing moist. I just be like,
that's
just everything. I just be like, it really just paints a picture for me.
Just imagine. The stench got to be in the walls a little bit, though.
I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah, because he had the candles to offset it.
And the baby oil got a scent to it, so that kind of helped mask things as well.
Yeah, that's what they need to ask Sheree. That's his real name. I'm tired of calling him by the other name.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
The Punisher?
I said I'm tired of calling him that.
Yeah, I ain't been calling him, so...
But they need to ask him, what it used to smell like in there? Was it funky?
He said, obviously, it didn't want that bad. You kept going back. So I don't want to hear nothing now.
Oh, so we talking about it ain't gonna be that bad. He kept
The place. And then she described it as having a pungent smell.
Cassie described the gatherings as choreographed performances tailored to satisfy Diddy's fantasies, where assistants and security staff prepared rooms with condoms, plenty of baby oil, Astroglide, and cameras.
High heels, a lot of them. Also bottles and bottles of Astroglide and baby.
And I thought some of the bottles ain't that big, y'all. They had some little bottles and some big bottles. He had a mixture. Maybe he couldn't get a hold to the big bottles, so he had to have a little bottle. These the basic bottles, though. I'm thinking he had the big joint.
Baby oil and lubricant.
Sheree Hayes, an exotic dancer known as the Punisher, testified that Diddy gave explicit instructions during his encounters, even down to candle placement. The federal indictment claims that employees of the Combs business helped procure women, illicit substances, and large sums of cash. Witnesses testified that Diddy used his wealth, influence, and threats to manipulate victims into participating, often filming the encounters and holding onto the footage for alleged blackmail purposes.
Those videos, specifically, of the freak-offs. She testified that Diddy threatened to release them when he got angry.
Sexual assaults. Perhaps.
So Diddy was wilding when he used to have that mohawk, y'all. If y'all remember that mohawk Mohawk stage of Diddy when he would tell everybody go vote. Diddy was a wild boy then. I said, yeah, now it makes sense he had that Mohawk. Because I was like, why Diddy got the Mohawk? It don't fly. It ain't fly.
What year was that? Because everybody used to have Mohawks back then.
I'm talking about for Diddy, though. That was 03.
Yeah, that was 03.
That was early. Okay.
Show this.
Okay, he had Mohawk in 03. So that was before Cassie. He had Cassie around, 07?
So I wonder, did he...
Because she came in the picture, she said, no. It was later on.
I mean, that's probably the first look. But he probably headed for, like...
When did Me and You come out?
It's right there.
06. Cassie came around. It was released on a Bad Boy in 06, but she had already put it out. Because she was dating Ryan Lashley.
Yeah. And he's who he...
Because we did the calculation. Because Cassie is how old?
30.
She was born in 86. So in 06... She was 19. She was 19 when it came out.
38.
Yes, right here. She was turning 20 that year. So the next year in 07, that's when they started dating, but she was 21. That's when she said it was her birthday on her 21st birthday. So in August of that year, that's when he approached her and did. He broke up with her around her birthday. That's crazy. Cause you remember they broke up around August of 20.
I don't remember.
Oh, you ain't keeping up with the D's, man.
The most harrowing testimonies at Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial have been the accounts that expose a pattern of alleged indecent assaults. Cassie Ventura testified in graphic detail about how Combs allegedly sexually assaulted her.
Ventura is now married, expecting her third child. Her husband, Alex Fine, listened as his wife described one of the last times she says she saw Combs.
Addressing the courtroom, Cassie recounted how Diddy forced his way into her Los Angeles apartment and committed the indecent act on the living room floor after she said she was breaking up with him.
I just remember crying and saying no, but it was very fast.
The details that Watch Mojo just stated is kind of false.
What part?
Because basically the assault that happened that night, they had already broken up. She said I'll take it back.
Way into her Los Angeles apartment and committed the indecent act on the living room floor after she said she was breaking up with him.
They had already initially broke up from the details we know. They already had broke up, and then she said they had a
closure dinner.
A closure dinner, and then they went back to her home.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's when it happened.
Yeah, supposedly that's when it happened. But then they also asked her, did you see Diddy even more after that? And yes, they were still hooking up and even had more freak-offs after the fact. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to clean up.
I just remember crying and saying no, but it was very fast. I don't know if he noticed.
The former assistant, identified as Mia, also gave emotional testimony, alleging that Diddy sporadically sexually assaulted her over the 8 years she worked for him.
That she witnessed abuse, that she was abused by Combs, violence, sexual assault.
These alleged accounts mirror a mountain of other claims Diddy faces from civil lawsuits.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to...
You said what?
That's where he from. He country.
I don't know. He lie a lot, though. Honestly, Tony Bugsby?
Something like that, yeah. I know the last name.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. So every time he pop up, it's a dollar thing. And I every time, if you're a lawyer and the only time I really see you and you pop up and stuff and it's about $1, kind of look at you weird. Same way with the woman. I look at her weird. Same way with a couple other ones. I ain't gonna say their name. I look at them weird. You know what I'm talking about. I look at a lot of lawyers that just in it for the cash grab thing. I'm kind of side eye them because I'm like, you know.
And switch on notifications. Relentless abuse of Cassie. Allegations of abuse toward Cassie Ventura have been a central focus of Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial, with Cassie detailing her own experiences and multiple witnesses providing additional accounts.
She felt, quote, scared, trapped, like how do you get out of this situation?
Stylist Deontay Nash testified he saw Combs physically assault her many times and once had to jump on Diddy's back to intervene.
Mia also recounted a story about Combs coming to Ventura's apartment one day. He was very upset. He couldn't reach her. Ultimately, he ended up attacking her and hitting her head on the side of a bed.
Ex-assistant Mia described seeing Combs throw Cassie to the ground, crack her head open, and chase her during a trip to Turks and Caicos. Former Danity Kane member Don Richard recalled a disturbing incident where Combs allegedly tried to hit Cassie with a skillet full of eggs.
She told jurors that she saw Combs hit Ventura with a skillet full of eggs at his Los Angeles home in 2009.
Did she say she physically saw it, or she was just in the other room and she heard it? Because remember, we was.
I can't remember.
Because we were trying to figure that out. Because at one instance in cross-examination, it was the scene where
it could have. Both could have been said, so it probably would cause.
I think she said, I saw it, then come to find out, she was like, well, I physically didn't see it, but I heard the commotion, and then Cassie came and told me he was trying to hear it.
What happened, yeah.
Former assistant George Kaplan also testified about a violent episode aboard a private jet. And Carrie Morgan, Cassie's former friend, recounted a trip to Jamaica where she saw Diddy, quote, dragging Cassie. After fleeing, she says she later hid with her in a ditch.
Ventura got up and ran into the woods, and Morgan eventually found Ventura, and they were hiding in a ditch while Combs and another friend was looking for them.
Which dark and disturbing revelation from Diddy's federal trial so far shocked you the most?
I ain't gonna hold you. I do believe he used to dog her out on some real spill. I think he 100% is guilty of the abuse that he did bring on to Cassie. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, even like paying attention to the wounds and the markings on the body. I'm like, he 100% definitely was doing, because even like the gashes and the scarring, I'm like, damn, bro, you were like, you could see it. She still got those marks on her body today. And then like seeing how she used to do certain hairstyle was to hide the abuse that she was going through. So I'm 100%, he's guilty of the abuse. We got full video evidence to testify against that. I 100% want him to be held accountable for the abuse.
Yeah.
But right now, I'll say this. I'm not in the courtrooms and I'm not on the jury, so I'm not privy to see certain images that they only allow certain people to see. So I can attest and say 100% I believe they have found him guilty so far.
Of what he's on trial for.
Yeah. I think I need more like hardcore my bad. What I did that I need more hardcore evidence to 100% say yeah. Because I feel like they have to present their case 100% without any reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
If you have any sense of doubt of that he's 100% guilty, you cannot find him guilty.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Definitely, like with the abuse and stuff like that, which I've been saying that he's definitely guilty of that. But that's not what we on trial for, right? Yeah. Even though it's continuously brought up.
Yeah.
That's not what we're on trial for, but it keeps being brought up. But I also would say a lot of people that's getting on stand, I don't 100% believe half of their testimonies.
And I was just trying to say, I get what they're trying to paint with the abuse.
Yeah, I get where they're going.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean,
but that doesn't give me.
I definitely get that, but yeah, but a lot of people, again, like I said, I feel like that's getting on the stand. I don't 100%
believe they're being truthful.
That they are being truthful.
100%.
I feel like a lot of things are being made up. And some things have had a lot of holes in it, and it's been, like during cross-examination and stuff like that, it's been kind of like, oh shoot, well dang, I don't remember. I can't recall this. I can't recall. Now all of a sudden you can't recall, but
when the prosecution was coming at you,
you got this whole story. You remember dates, you remember times, you remember this, you remember like this, like stuff. Like I don't remember half of the stuff that happened in 2010 or or 08 or 20.
Oh, if you ask me something
saying?
from 08, I can't remember.
Like, I can't remember half of the stuff, so
I
I'm
remember
definitely not about to remember, like, no.
I remember 08.
Yeah, I remember 08. I remember
But I can't
in 08.
I can't tell you particular details.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I get it, like, if something happened to you, then you may remember certain things.
But are you going to remember dates?
Not necessarily, unless
and time.
And times and all of that, unless and we've seen that some people don't remember that stuff. So y'all been talking to each other trying to get that stuff straight, and it's not necessarily.
I don't agree with that either.
And trying to get that straight, who was where and what time and what day. Oh, you got this date wrong. Oh, you got this location wrong. Okay.
And that's the part that bothers me.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's up with that? And I don't know. As far as that, I'm just like, man, it sucks because you don't have a way to be like.
Because you want to be like, prove it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, and also people like, okay, well, I have pictures on this date that this happened, but there's no way to determine how you got those,
and if that's 100% truthful.
Those markings and bruises, and I'm not talking about Cassie stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking about other people that's been getting on the stand saying, like, I'm not, so.
And I still question the assault. And I'm not talking about the physical assault of Cassie. I'm talking about the physical and, I'm trying to use another word. Well, not intimate, because it's not intimate, but the.
Are you trying to say this?
The essay. Yeah. The essay part, but.
Of other people.
Other people outside of Cassie. That was done to them,
and
but you're continuously coming back after, and you continuously coming out like it's.
And my only thing, because I'm never going to take away, if someone said that something happened to them.
Yeah,
right? I'm not that type of person.
And I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be that.
I would never do that. My thing is, as far as like when you like sitting down with like the government and y'all like talking and we going over everything.
Yeah.
Me being who I am, this is my time now to really tell my story. This is my time now to get this off my chest. This burden that I've been holding. Like that would be the first thing I'm talking about. I get it. Everyone is different and everyone's timing is different, and some people may not be ready to talk about that. But you asking me all these questions, and I'm sitting here telling you things that happen. That's like a big thing. At this point now, then I wasn't, I didn't have it in me to go and seek the I guess the justice that I needed. And, hey, this happened to me. He needs to be put away. But now this is my time, and I'm about to use it. You know what I'm saying?
But it ain't gonna take you 27 times meeting with them to finally be like, you know what? This happened.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, like I always say.
And then one talking about that's newer, but one talking about
I'll
fire my lawyer
just in case people haven't seen everything. But I don't know. We'll see. Like I always end each thing because this is draining. But every time, yeah, we'll see how things unfold. And honestly, we just viewers. And we don't have any control over the outcome. Yeah. So at this point, it is what it is.
But I do feel like he needs to be held accountable for the abuse.
Oh, most definitely. And a lot of other things. But I just, right now, just what he's on trial for, I'm just still I'm ready to see the defense side.
Yeah. Also, I'll say this. What he's on trial for, no matter how the prosecution has presented, it doesn't show me that people 100% wasn't willing to participate what they participated, as long as they can benefit. And I think a lot of them was going along because they were reaping the benefits of being attached to him and reaping the benefits of what he could be able to provide for them at the time. And so now they're no longer around him and they don't reap those same benefits. It's kind of like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And so that's the reason why I'm like, I do side with y'all with the abuse. I do side with y'all that he's a horrible boss. I do side with y'all that I do believe he was cursing y'all out, being like irate. Bro, that's the majority of celebrities because they are so egoed out.
Which is messed up.
But the beyond stuff of what he's on trial for, I don't know. I can't 100% without a shadow of doubt say he's guilty without a reasonable doubt. without doubt. For what he's on trial for. Now, if he was on trial for domestic violence, lock his ass up. I don't give a fuck. Throw away the key. If he was on abuse in the other ways, lock him up. I don't give a fuck. Throw away the key. The guns, I'm kind of iffy with that, but I just need you to present your case, and I might be with you. You know what I'm saying? But everything else, I don't know. What he's on trial for now, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just a regular old citizen, just like every other juror. Luckily, I ain't had. Let me. Oh, y'all spent what's up in the comments. I've been in subpoena 3 times. Been able to get out. Lord Jesus, y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it. You should say what?
I about to say it probably wouldn't be that easy now. Trying to get out of it.
Nah, not now. I
Back then it was.
I ain't got no loophole now. Oh, I got one. I got one card. I got one card we can play. I don't know how well it'll work.
What card? Well, don't tell all your secrets, huh?
No. I got one card I can play. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I got one card to play. But hey, y'all spend what's up in the comments, man. Let us know y'all thoughts down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I'll do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
We are.
We are.
Time to kick it, got a stack and flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear